Golden.
Nice.
Andy's doing his sound check meanwhile.
This is my mate. What's your name? This is Martin.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, he's going to be coming on next year. He's bringing his Targa 4S for us.
Oh, amazing. We'll have you on first, Maxim, next year. 100%.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers, thank you. Right, okay, ladies and gentlemen, thanks very much for joining again. So we're just going to talk for 20 minutes and then we're back to DJ on the deck. So, yeah, as we said this morning, the whole point of this and what we're doing is to encourage our mantra at Nineworks of driven, not hidden. If I could turn that around so you guys can see. So, if you've got a car that you want to talk about and share your Porsche story, we would love to hear from you. Just join in behind this 996 here. We've got a couple more. I think Porsche Colchester are going to come along as well. Yeah, and like I say, we'd just love to hear about you, your Porsche story, and share your car with everybody else. So we'll dive in that case. Shall I give that to you in that case for this? Pop that down. So start with say hello to Little Irish, which I would hope
everyone knows about this thing. Should we move it off straight away? Come on.
We can talk about.
Yeah.
1998 Carrera, 3.4 litre engine, 137,000 miles on the clock now. So obviously there's a stigma that
gaining.
Engines in these are made out of chocolate, but actually original engine, not rebuilt. Did replace the IMS a long time ago. I've just driven this car to Norway and back. When was that? Last week.
Last week.
With my dad.
Where is he?
He's in the white shirt, standing there just by the...
Totally ignoring you.
Yeah, as her. Yeah, but we've just done a really good video on YouTube, so check out Nineworks TV. You can see how much that guy snores. It is relentless. My mum in the stripy dress next to her, like, send her your prayers. I don't know how she's put up that for 40 years.
There's mum, there's dad.
But yeah, it was good fun. So yeah, 3,500 miles, 8 days through 7 countries to Norway, as I said.
Nothing broke?
Nothing broke. I think I broke the window. But yeah, that's kind of about it, really. Irish green. So if you don't know the story, this originally was Zenith blue. So it's kind of a metallic-y blue with a dab of purple in there. However, when I bought the car, it was wrapped white. It was
terrible.
Hanging. Hanging. So we got it taken off. I went to Paul actually prepared to take the wrap off. And as they pulled it off, all of the paint came with it. So
best thing that could happen.
Zenith blue, it was primer and everything else. So it needed a respray, and instead of going to Zenith blue, I thought Irish green is a historically significant colour for the Porsche family. As I'm sure you can well imagine, every time a new model comes out, particularly a significant one, the Porsche family, they get given a car, don't they? Why not? And they're always in green, different shades. More often than not, they are in Irish green, and particularly a lot of the early stuff. So as I say, that's kind of why I went for this. I was inspired by the millionth 911 as well, which obviously again was given to the Porsche family, and was painted in Irish green. So very quick rundown. Original Fuchs, because Fuchs are timeless, as you can see they're on many a car here. Even this 996 pulling in looks beyond genuine Fuchs, which is great. CSR ducktail.
Ooh.
Now the guys over at RPM Technic, they do a load of like Manti upgrades and whatever for track cars, GT cars, but they also do some pretty amazing, amazingly engineered stuff. The 996 and 997 as part of their CSR range. That ducktail is part of it, that's carbon fibre. I've also got their single mass flywheel fitted as well, which is the main reason as to why everybody asks when I start it, why does it sound broken? It's not broken, it's the clutch release bearing, but I always have good fun saying that. 997 sport seats, they're much better. I'm sure all you 996 and 986 owners out there will know that the seats are pretty terrible. I don't find them particularly comfortable. So I put 997 seats in. Wooden shifter from a 917 inspired, that's built by Basil online if you'd like to...
original phone?
Yeah, I've kept the original phone in there as well.
I think you might need a new lead.
Officer. I do need a new lead. And then yeah, Momo Mod 7 wheel. That's kind of it really. As I said, like it's a stock 3.4 litre engine. I think it's all you need. 300 horsepower, these cars weigh 1,320 kilos. In the name of research, not to fluff my own pillow, I did an article on nineworks.co.uk looking at the 5 lightest water-cooled 911s of all time. And the lightest water-cooled 911 of all time is the first one, the 996.1 Carrera. It went downhill, so that's heavier from there. So, yeah, as I say, I just think for what I use these cars for, and don't get me wrong, there's a field full of amazing Porsche metal here. I think for 300 horsepower, 1,300 kilos, 1,320 kilos, power to weight ratio is perfect for what I use this car for, which is predominantly fast road driving, occasional track day. But that's it. I just think they're amazing value.
Would I be right in saying that this was the inspiration for the guys at Porsche for doing the 996
What, the car that just sold
for 1.3 million?
Imagine.
Yeah,
And so-
that's how much it's worth, guys.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
You're onto a winner.
Nice. I don't think I'll sell the car. You know, maybe someone offered me that. But no, I mean, actually, like Grant Larson, who designed that car, who's obviously part of Porsche exclusive, he put in a GT3 engine, which makes that sort of
Yeah.
to this. But yeah, look, I think again, any 996 owners out there, you will realise these cars are just incredibly valuable, really. So I love it. It's a very humble car compared to a lot of the metal that we've got in this field, but it gives me a gateway, really, to just meet top people, many of which are here today. So
Indeed.
that's kind of the car, really.
Shall I drive it?
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
get it and bugger off. I'll probably need to take. Well, actually.
I'll drive it.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not averse to a 996 now and again.
Now and again, yeah. A 993, well, yeah, current 993 owner getting into a 996. That's a step back in time. Actually, so we might see if we could show people the single mass flywheel. I don't know. It's a Gundo hack, by the way. So I did a video looking at the best exhaust, aftermarket exhaust, and I actually found the Gundo hack for, I don't know, 300 quid and a bit of tube was the best. So shout out to all our test. Is that working? Grand. There you go. Grand. Okay. Introduce yourself, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Paul. This is Ray.
Hello.
We've travelled over not too far from Raffle Water over Cambridge Way. Lovely venue, I've got to say. The weather's perfect.
Yes, it is, because it's not too hot. Could I get you to hold that as well? Is that okay? That will make things a bit easier. Cheers.
I've had this one since about September last year, so not ever such a long while. I've had a Cayman S, I had a 996 turbo many years ago, and I regretted ever selling it. I loved it. It had all the carbon pack on, and being an ex-motorbike racer as well, the adrenaline matched the bike racing. So I decided a little while ago that I'd get another turbo. I wanted the 997 when I bought the 996, to be honest. But at that time, those were those means. So, no, I love it. I love it.
There's a pattern I seem to notice that a lot of bikers, they do tend to, in terms of like Porsche practice, there'll be a turbo in the stable somewhere. I know it can't compare to a bike, but it's the closest thing you're going to get, obviously, in acceleration. So.
To be honest with you, it's very close. The torque, I used to race R1s, so similarly, you almost don't need to change the gear. There's that much torque in the top gear. The turbo's going instantly, and because of the exhaust as well, it just pulls like a train. And the R1 is the same. It'd go from 35 miles an hour to 186. So it's sort of similar.
So, I mean, I'm seeing an interior that looks different to anything I've seen in Porsche. Is it stock, or what's the story with that?
I bought it as you see it. It's got the Apple CarPlay. I like the red and black combination because it's quite unique.
Yeah.
It's got the full carbon pack, so the steering wheel and the trims, and I like that as well. I'm a carbon freak. My bike was carbon, and you know. So when I saw this, I thought, yeah, okay. When I test drove it, I did give it a bit of stick, and the clutch did slip. So I thought, okay, there's a little bargaining tool there. Quick Google, put an offer in, made sure that it covered this new clutch. I put a dual mass in it as well while I was there. So, and it was done by a Porsche independent chap over Huntingdon Way. Pristine Motors. He's got Lambos, Ferraris, Porsches, he does them all. And I cannot fault his Porsche knowledge. He's done all of his Porsche sort of degree in mechanics, and he owns the business. And it's perfect. It is absolutely mint.
Something we always try to promote on Nineworks is buying through specialists, because yeah, they know their stuff, they know what to look for, their reputation means a lot to them, so the idea is to not sell kind of bad cars ultimately, so it sounds like that's worked out nicely. These lifters, we've got aftermarket lifters on it.
No, that's all standard.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Seems to be sitting a bit quieter.
No, it's all standard.
Right, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
nothing is. The exhaust is non-standard. The engine is totally standard, although the independent dealer thought it was way beyond the 997 turbos he had. So there was a map upgrade outstanding for it. So you don't need more power than these have. I know that might sound silly, but I've had him put it back to the standard map that the upgrade was. This is still 520 horsepower with that exhaust on. That's so they make all the exhaust for Ferrari. I could change the mapping either on the stereo or on a keyboard. So it can be in cruise, it can be in sport, or if you've got neighbours, we're lucky to not have any neighbours, you can start it in a quiet mode. So I think it's the best of both worlds. I believe it's how a turbo should sound, because the 996 turbo that I had before, you almost couldn't hear it, although that was a saloon. This exhaust let you really, really hear the turbos whistle. It's really prominent.
I think it's like a well-known Achilles heel for long description, but the 996 and 7 turbo, they are fantastic. There's maybe the one criticism is they are quite quiet.
Yes.
Which obviously need to be progressed, which sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the 997 got one turbo, so lots of the massive engine.
Yeah.
Turbos as well.
And it's the manual, so yeah. So you can drive it.
Lovely.
Why cabin not pink?
Well, I've got a 6 Series convertible as well, BMW, and after the bike, there's something quite unique about just being open. And what a lot of people may not really realise unless they have a convertible, you can have the roof down when it's only 4 degrees. No cold air comes in. The sensors always give you warm air. So I love it. Purists might say, purists. Yeah. No, I love it. It's the best of both worlds. Comes out in nice days.
I mean, it's amazing because like the 997 turbo, obviously it's the wide body.
Yeah.
But you put this next to the 992, all of a sudden it's quite dinky.
Yeah. They're getting bigger, aren't they? They are getting bigger.
That's progress. They've got a lot going on. I just think it's these kind of cars are just like very like proportioned.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic car. If you wouldn't mind starting out, I'd like to hear it.
Really?
Yeah. Nice one. Cheers, Paul and Dave, for coming along and showing the 997 turbo to us. Might put this down.
And now for something a bit more subdued.
Amazing. So you need a microphone.
Something a bit more subdued.
Absolutely. There's the microphone. My name's Jason.
Yeah, hi, I'm Graham Langford. And this is my 1958 Porsche 3569.
No, thank you for coming on, and I say being brave and joining in here.
Yeah, thank you, Graham.
So, how long have you been here?
It's just over 3 years. Bought the car from Mark to Paragon.
So was that your plan practice?
No, it wasn't, not really. Because I was thinking about buying a 356 for quite a while. And Mark knew this, and he knew this car very well because he sold it to the previous owner. And he was going to come up and buy the brand new 70 pictures over. And of course he was still in love with it as soon as I see it. And I said, yeah, cool, I'll have it. Let me come and drive it because I've never driven a 356. So I didn't know if I could fit in it. You know? So I went down to Kerry Mile and a half behind me. Went down to see the mile. Took it out for a little drive down in Five Ashes. And absolutely loved it. You know, it's a bit of a target. It's not bigger inside than you imagine they would be.
I have to say, I'm quite sure I've just been out twice.
No? You'll have to make that to your this one day.
No. It's funny, like in comparison to that 911 shape, which kind of drops a lot more sharply and around there, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean the lovely thing about the car, I've got friends that, you know, like guys that own car people, and they all love this because if you look at it, there's not one flat panel on the car.
Yeah.
Every single panel has a curve and a shape to it.
It's old school sculpture.
It is really, yeah. I mean, it just makes everyone smile. You know, people met you out at Junction. Yeah, stuff like that. You know, they're happy with the bike again. Yeah, and it's just such a wonderful little car to go with.
I'd like to know how kind of agriculturalist driver actually is quite is it painless?
No,
It's quite an old car.
not at all. I mean, I'll give you for instance. So the 356 Club internationally hold an event every year in a different country. So this year was Munich. There was 235 356s from all over the world, including 8 that came from the US. And when we left the event on Sunday, there was a couple of others with us as well. And we did Munich to Rennes, where we were staying overnight. It was bank holiday in Germany, so the roads were M25 will be over here. So it was 400 miles, 7.5 hours of solid driving in between petrol and restarts, you know. And it was actually, you get out the other end and it's okay. You know, you're not, your back isn't killing you, you're not aching my health. They aren't. I mean, you know, I remember driving back the day I picked it up from Mark, sitting on the M25 doing 70 miles an hour, thinking, this car at 65 years of age shouldn't be able to do this. But then you go, well actually it's a Porsche. It's exactly what they were designed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that about my SC, but what this must be, is, you know, it's another 20 years older.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's so capable, aren't they? It's unbelievable.
They steer really well, and the steering lock on these is only something like just over 2 turns locked to one.
Yeah.
So they react really quickly. You've got to be a bit careful because you've got balloon tyres, and obviously you move around in the tyres. But all, you know, drum brakes are around, but they're hugely effective.
Yeah.
If you're not standing and locking the wheels up, the right wheels, you've got to be, you've got to be careful. But it doesn't drive like a 65-year-old car. You could imagine a 65-year-old car.
Any other 65-year-old car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite incredible.
Well, you know, most of the cars now are 65 years old, they were queued a long time ago. You know what I mean? So it's like the very fact that it's still here and it can extend it's kind of testing.
Yeah, I'm quite lucky with this because it's Mark's owned the car for a very long time. I think he's owned it since back in the very early 80s. And because I've got a huge history of having a car that's about 18 inches thick, and it's never been restored. It's been repainted a couple of times in its life. I think the last repaint was about 15 years ago. And it's obviously had bits and pieces, but it's never needed a total restoration.
Restoration, yeah.
So it retains the original character of the car.
And the smell,
So-
the smell.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The original 356 with the original interiors have that real funny smell.
Yeah.
Whatever, I don't know, it's the glue they use.
The glues, yeah, the
Or
wool
maybe
leathers.
Maybe put it all together, I don't know.
Yeah,
But it's just wonderful.
yeah.
We're definitely adhering to our mantra of driven not hidden. We talk about being 65 years old. You've driven here from like St Albans, you know?
I'm over in Rickmansworth now. Yeah.
Yeah, brand.
Yeah,
You know, and it's out in the rain as well.
And it's in the rain, it gets wet.
Yeah.
And when on the way to Germany, when we left on the Monday, did the tunnel crossing, crikey, I mean, it rains, I mean, real heavy rain as well, where even this was starting to amplify me, skin and tails. No, so that was a bit of an adventure, because that was sort of the first time I've ever experienced what happens when you're trying to stop in traffic. The drum brakes sort of get soaked.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I hit the brakes and it's dived off to the right. And I'm thinking, crikey.
What's
I've got
wrong?
brake problem. And then again you'd have to stop and dive left, and then I realised the drones were starting to fill up the water.
Yeah.
There's so much rain on the road every day of winter. And of course it's affecting sort of like, I think we've got to be a bit careful. At one point I was wondering if we'd actually make it. Yeah.
You mentioned that Mark Spencer let you know
Yes.
review of it. So you obviously must have told him that you wanted to
Yeah, because I think it's where it all started, isn't it? It's where I think over the years, something like 16 Porsches since probably 1991, I think. And I've always looked at them with my, and I said, never driven one. I thought, is it going to be real slow? Is it going to be real clunky? And they're not. I mean, they only weigh 800 kilos. So it's a pretty light car. So they're really that little 1600. It's got an SC engine in it, which is about 95 horsepower. And it's pretty talky. And it was sick. That's all down the motorway at 70, 75. You come to a hill, you just put a little bit more throttle. It pulls up the hill. A lot of cars back then would be down to third gear.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They're at 40 miles an hour. Incredible.
Yeah. And what model's this?
This is an A.
So this is an A. Yeah. But it's got a Super Carrera engine.
It's got an SC engine, which was replaced in '64.
Yeah.
I've got the original letter from AFM expressing their displeasure at the condition of the core engine supplied in exchange, which is, I guess, completely destroyed.
Yeah.
And they weren't too happy about that. But yeah, so, it's great. It's great little engine. You know.
Marvellous. So it's replaced in '64. Wow. Yeah.
And I guess it's obviously been moving in between times.
Yeah.
It's got, I think the first owner, he did about 60,000 miles in the first 3 years. Amusing story if you've got time. So I spoke to one of the previous owners, So the guy who bought it originally was a guy who was a member of the Castellano family. He went to the Osborne Motor Show with his chauffeur, and they decided to buy whatever car the salesman on the stand was the most knowledgeable about. They didn't go with any preconceptions.
Wow.
So the salesman on the ball stand at the Osborne Motor Show, probably 57, I guess, obviously did a really good job, and he bought this car. And he had it 3 years. He then bought later a C model and sold this to his chauffeur for 1 shilling because he had to sell it for something, or the chauffeur would have to pay tax on it.
Wow.
1 shilling. Yeah, one of the previous owners told me that story, which is great.
Fantastic.
It was a little bit more, yeah.
That is absolutely fantastic. Graham, thank you so much for sharing your Porsche story. Thanks for bringing it out today and coming to Thank you very much. We'd love to hear to our start-up and we'll kind of clear the people to allow you to leave.
Thank you. Absolute pleasure. Thank you very much.
Cheers. Ladies and gentlemen,
Thanks, Graham.
Kerry, with 356.
Thank you, Kerry.
This is the oldest car we have on the carpet today. We'll complete it.
Sound of that door. Lovely love those little exhaust pipes coming out the overriders.
Oh yeah, look at that quality.
I think I might fall over with gas.
Breathe it in.
Yeah.
Porsche perfume. Sounds lovely. On Titan case. Fantastic. Look at that. Absolute quality. As I
Lovely.
said, we really appreciate Graham and Terry getting Rose and coming along to all over Porsche. And yeah, got there. All right. I thought the Liverpool managers there. Quality. Right, okay, can we get on the lovely 996? That'd be amazing. Thank you. Oh, there's a trophy. I see a trophy on the back. Oh, amazing. What have you won? That says under 9's karate champion. I was very proud of my karate. What is your name? Andy Warner. Andy, thank you very much for joining us. I shall pass you the mic because you're the important one here. So if you would mind introduce yourself to the audience and your car, that'd be great.
Yeah, okay, so I'm Andy Warner. This is my 996 Carrera 2. It's from January 2003. And it was done under the Porsche exclusive program. So you spot loads of things on it that are not standard. Whoever bought this car in the first place was obsessed with grey. So I've got obviously the seal grey paint, seal grey spokes on the wheels, seal grey dials, seal grey stitching, seal grey seat backs, seal grey transmission tunnel. Basically, the person spent a ridiculous amount of money making it look as much like John Major's car as possible. So that's what it looks like. I just liked it because it had a massive wing on the back. Yeah, 996 was the car I always wanted. I didn't know until I bought a Porsche that other Porsche owners didn't like them as much as me. Basically, when I first learned to drive, the 996 was the new car out from Porsche. It was the 911, and I was like, one day I'm going to have one of those. I've seen the GT3 RS with the white and red on top gear. That was what I wanted. Then when I got a job in sales and a bit of money, I was like, right, I'm going to go and buy one. And then I found out how expensive they were, and I went, no, I'll just get a cheap one with a wing on it. So that's why I got this one. I do a lot with it. It's well used. So I've done a lot of track days. I've done Snapton and Brands Hatch. I've done Landau, Donington, Anglesey. Loads of sort of fast drives on the road as well. I run organised drives out for people and cars in the area. I help run the 996 Owners Club. So yeah, really involved with the car and using it and getting out and driving it as fast as I can. Also, I do a bit of photography with it. It's been in the UK Calendar Girls calendar a couple of times. It's been in a few magazines. With Swimsuit UK, I've had 3 of the finalists for that shoot with it. I've had 4 of the winners of the UK Calendar Girls shoot with it. Yeah, it's surprising how hard it is to clean bungee parts of it when you're on the side of it. But you know, it's a tough job, but someone's got to do it. Yes, yeah.
But I've seen that you've got a 97K in the clock. So
Yes.
I'd like to ask you, truth not hidden all the rest of it, do you find a burden as you creep towards 100,000 miles, or do you just not care and you just
I really don't care about how many miles I'm doing in it. I'm never going to sell it. I absolutely love it. I had a plan when I bought it. I was going to have this for a couple of years and then go and get a TVR and then go and get an Aston Martin DB7. I had like this list of cars. I got this and I fell in love and I was like, no, I don't want anything else.
Don't need it.
I'm keeping this. Plus, I've spent a bloody fortune on it. So there's no way I'll ever get my money back. It's had a few issues. So I spent £6,500 this year on rust problems on it. It's had several bits resprayed. It's had new clutch IMS, new exhaust, all sorts of bits. So I spent about 30 grand doing up a car that's worth less than 20, which is this is going to go on the internet. My wife has seen this 3 grand. So yeah, it's cost me a lot, but I love it, and I'm perfectly happy to spend whatever needs spending on it because yeah, it's.
The thing is, they're your worst hobbies to have out there, that's how I picture it.
Yeah.
At home, but also as well, it's quite literally a vehicle to allow you to get out, do some amazing things, see some amazing things, meet some amazing people. And without getting too cliche, you can't put a price on that. So
No.
what it costs to run it is just what it costs. and that's kind of it. I think if you buy a car like this, you know, some Porsches out there are cheap to buy, and there's not a single Porsche on planet Earth that's cheap to run. Is kind of my view.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much for sucking that phone. Fantastic. Amazing. Thanks very much. Thank you. Grand. Okay. Did you mention what the award was for? That
Right, so yeah, the big one is the Simply Porsche People's Choice Award from
last week.
Not from last week. No, the guy that won that is over there. So I won it the year before him. So yeah, from last year, it got the most votes. People obviously loved it. I did a bit of a social media campaign before the event with some models going vote for Andy and everything like that, and it seemed to work because I think it surprised a few people with a 991 GT3 RS coming second and an old 356 Speedster coming third and this cheap thing coming first. I got very excited and may have picked up the bloke with the trophy instead of just the trophy. But yeah, it's cool.
I'd, again, you know, taken my impartiality hat off. I think it doesn't matter what car you have, and said these are such good value. It's given you some brilliant memories so far, a little bit more in the offering as well. And that's what all these cars are all about, you know. So, Andy, I wish you many more happy miles in your lovely award-winning 996. And I'd encourage others as well to go and check out if you're 996 owner, go and have a look. Is it on Facebook, 996 Owners Club?
Yes, it is.
Right. Yeah, go and check it out. Andy, if you wouldn't mind starting it up, and we'll hear and see you drive off. Ladies and gentlemen, if we could just give Andy a round of applause for bringing the car up. Again, it's a very brave thing to do. You can't be steering it. Thank you. Lovely. The M96 at its finest. Fantastic. Oh, someone's on the phone. I'm at a car show. Do you wanna get on the blower? Right, okay, Vinny.
Hey, it's ready.
Always on time. Always on time. So I've known Vinny for quite a while actually, and Vinny's owned this 996 cab for quite a while. Very interesting, as I'm sure he's about to explain. You may notice the silhouette is slightly different to a conventional 996 Cabriolet. It's also the top to the engine as well, which we'll find out a little bit. Top man, Vinny. That's really lovely, jubbly. Here's a mic, good sir. Cheers. If you wouldn't mind introducing yourself to this kind audience.
Hey guys, my name is Vinny. This is my 996. Not my first 911, my third. My first was a 77 impact bumper, which I hated, believe it or not. I just bought a wrong one. I came from a TVR wedge shape, but 911 is what I always wanted. Secondly, I got a 911 SC Cabriolet, which I kept for 13 years and loved the car. I just thought at one point, let me upgrade and get something that, you know, puts the electric window down without popping fuses and stuff like that, you know. And I got this one here. I said I wasn't going to get one with a black interior, so obviously I got one with a black interior. And then since there, it's just been a journey of love really, and I like modifying things, and I didn't really have a vision as such, but now I've ended up, you know, doing like a resto mod, the speedster humps. I've supercharged the engine, pretty much everything. Interior is all covered in leather, I've had everything wrapped. So, you know, everywhere that I've seen I can make improvements, from the brakes to, it's running turbo brakes on here. Basically everything I could find I've just done to it really. And the vision, it's kind of come together organically. So,
I'd like to touch base on this then. So obviously there was no 996 Speedster from the factory.
Yeah.
When did you do it? Why did you do it? How did you do it as well?
I've always been in love with the 89 Speedster. I have a friend that has one, and that thing is a beautiful car. And even when I had my SC Cabriolet, I thought to myself, got to get humps, but never had the guts to do it. So it never really happened. And on this one, I just thought, you know, what the hell, just do it. So there is a guy in Nottingham who does fiberglass parts, and I said, look, can you make me actually the humps? But slowly, he moulded stuff and does what he does, and then I take regular visits until we end up with the final thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So have you left the rear seats in? Are they under there?
They're in there. I mean, effectively, it's in three pieces, so the back part of the humps can collapse down if need to. I'm lazy, so I don't do that. I just take the whole thing off in one piece.
Do you know how much it weighs?
Absolutely no idea.
Right. So yeah, like that. I think for me, that the main talking point here is like the speedster humps. It's very different, very unique. But I want to talk about the engine as well, because obviously you mentioned this thing being supercharged.
Yeah.
It'd be nice
I know no one
to,
can see it, but
yeah, have a look. We did feature this car in the T911 magazine way back when, and we pitched this car against a 996 Turbo. And obviously both forced induction, they're very different in their power delivery and the character of the car. I mean, look at that. That is whacking. If anybody wants to come round, you're very welcome to and to take a look.
I'm glad I don't work on that.
So, I mean, yeah, I'm just seeing money in there, Vinny, to be honest. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, talk us through.
It doesn't make sense. I'm not saying it makes sense and do this rather than buy a
Is your
turbo.
wife here? Or?
Of course not.
Crack on.
I wouldn't be able to say how much I paid. Well, my daughter's there, so she's going to say something. But yeah, no, look, all in, doing that supercharger probably came in at about 12 grand, 12 and a half grand or something like that. I was told by everyone not to do it, including Mindy who looked after the car. I said, don't do it, just don't do it. So obviously I did it. It's been on there 10 years. It's never gone wrong, ever. The only time this car's ever gone wrong is when a rat last year bit part of my loom. Yeah, it was fantastic. It was a 6.5 grand job. Engine out, gearbox out, and obviously it's one of those things. Once it's out, let's go to work. Yeah. Every single thing's been replaced underneath. Yeah. Every pipe, power steering, brakes, AOS, just literally everything. But yeah, it wasn't nice. But going back in, it's never driven this fast. It's amazing the way it drives at the moment.
So they're 320 horsepower as standard.
Yeah.
With 996 Gen 2 Carreras. Yeah. What is this putting out now?
Before my rat friend, it was 446.
Okay.
Now it came back at 470.
Okay. Cheers to that.
Thanks for the rat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it doesn't make sense, but it's a very smooth drive. It's fantastic to have that power though.
Yeah.
You know, it's very linear.
Yeah. You remember the torque figure?
Can't remember that off the top of my head.
Yeah.
You know, but
That's good, 'cause I can't remember the standard.
once again, you featured it.
I can't remember. I think we featured it about 5 years ago. So again, you know, it's nice to fact that you're still driving it and you're still using it and enjoying it.
Yeah.
It does look very snug in there, doesn't it?
Very.
Okay, and again, refreshing to hear there've been no problems. I mentioned I have my Carrera up here.
Yeah.
Reputationally, these cars, the engine made out of chocolate, etc.
No, absolutely. Absolutely.
Rolled dice.
It's been on the 10 grand. It drives rapid. I had a 993 RS come up. It just fell on my lap really. So I said, look, I've got this to rent it. Absolutely, do I want it? Only thing is, it's so low now that you have to put on roots. Even though I've come in with a bumper and we go around it. But no, it's been fantastic. And it's great going to the shows as well. As Andy kindly mentioned, it won the Simply Car of the Year last week.
Down at BMW in Porsche,
Yeah, for the career owners club, it won Car of the Year there as well. Totally done the one last year. And it's had some good car features. So for me, that's just kind of like, I'm very humble to it. Thank you. It's really nice because it's not sponsored by anyone. It's my car. You know, I get into all the trouble for parts riding at the house. You know, and hopefully one day when I die, she's not going to sell it for what I told it was. Lee's got a lot to answer for. Lee at 10/9/11, he sent that to me.
Nothing to do with me, mate. Vinny, look, thanks so much for coming along and telling us the story. We'd love to hear it start up and go from there. Ladies and gentlemen, Vinny and his 996, we'll call it a speedster, supercharged. Thanks so much for your time, good sir. Do you want some swap? Lovely. Cheers, Vinny. Thank you for that.
Should we get something on a bit quieter?
Yeah, let's get something a little bit quieter, maybe at the complete other end of the scale. Who's driving this Taycan? Wait. No Taycan. Does it need a charge?
Here we go.
Okay. Here we go. So I think this is comfortably going to be the newest car on the 991 stand today. My gosh, that wing's tiny. So, T, how you doing? From Porsche Porsches there. Shake your hand, give you a mic.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for joining us. So, I don't know where to start.
Out the back.
Yeah. So, I assume it's a customer car and it's been delivered. And
Sadly wrong. This is our first customer delivered car. It's actually our second order.
Okay.
So, as you can see, we long wait time for this. So massive thanks to the customer for waiting so long and being so patient with the allocations and the delays and everything like that. We ended up having probably 3 different specs going through time and time again. But we ended with the 2.7 RS tribute, as you can see on the wings and things like that as well. We've got the little RS with the Union Jack. So the reason for that is the customer has always dreamed of a 2.7 RS and really wanted one. I love the white with the Viper accent. And then saw Andrew Crewman is in launch.
States, wasn't it?
Yeah, in the States. So of course the US are getting a version like this. So when we found out that we couldn't have Visac hat, we couldn't have carbon ceramics in the allocation one, we went, okay, let's go all out and do a UK version of a 2.7 RS to live the dream of a Charger, as a poster. So what it came through, graphic works, we did all of the GT3 RS logos, front, rear, the Porsche on the script, on the spoiler as well, colossal size font. So they sorted that out. And then we'll have Whoops Wheel Fix It, who are here today. They painted the cage before the car was even delivered.
Wow,
so the cage came straight out.
Yeah.
Wing mirrors and the wheels as well to create all in Viper green as well. So sticking true to the original 2.7 RS.
Yeah.
And then we even have, on the dash, there's a little 2.7 RS model that sits there as well. So it's a serious bit of kit, and the amazing customer, fixed fast on Instagram, not afraid to drive it. Had a Golf Orange GT3 previously, so completely different, style of design and stuff like that as well. So, and it's been so much fun to create such a great car with him. So we've done tribute to 7 RS laps, we've done Amanda Green Stitch. Now this is probably our biggest worry, I'm sure you'll agree, because we'd never seen Amanda Green Stitch before. We had no cars that had it, there was very little online about it as well, so we ended up just kind of going for it. And then we also had, the silver accents and things like that in the seats. It just all ties in. We were super happy with it when it came about. So, yeah.
Looking at it, I'm sure everyone can agree, it's just an absolute lesson in aerodynamics, really. And I know these kind of modern GT cars have sat around the 500 horsepower mark for a while now, but where the car improves is in downforce and that kind of management of the airflow. Which, this is just ludicrous, really. I wonder actually if we could pop the front and maybe show people. So, for those that don't know, Porsche is where this is quite literally now a cup car with wheels. If you want to put any bags in the front, you're going to be mistaken, and you might be better off with that Carrera T after all, or something. So we've got a large radiator in there, isn't it? Or fan by the looks of it.
Look at the size of the fan!
The air that gets kicked out of there is great. It really does push out some air. So.
Yeah.
The only space you've got now is behind your cage.
And even that's quite limited.
That's not much at all. So like your package for your road trips and stuff like that. But this car will be road trip. It's not a garage, it's there to be driven.
Well, I did notice it doesn't have the ceramics on, but is there a supply issue with that, or if the customer's chosen to have the steels on?
So sadly we couldn't have ceramics for the allocation month.
Yeah.
The owner will know we tried really, really hard to try and get hold of a set of ceramics, but unfortunately we just couldn't. So, and the car had already been delayed. So we thought actually, and to be honest, when we went through and changed to this 2.7
RS tribute, you know, I think it works to not have ceramics on it sort of thing as well, really. So, and the non-bisect and things like that too.
I think as well, like it's just a fantastic problem to have in kind of context of what is going on in the world. You know, if okay, you have an RS that doesn't have ceramics, well, it's certainly not the end of the world, is it? Do you know what I mean? And as I say, I think you guys have, in helping to stop it, you know, have turned out a lovely car. That must be good fun for you, and a great part of your job is to kind of help the customer through the journey of speccing a car.
Absolutely love it. There's nothing I like more than a customer collecting a car and knowing it's perfect for them. It's exactly what they want. You know, there's just nothing better to bring something to life. You know, like all the details and everything like that. You know, we've got the dashboard trim stitch and everything like that. So it's Porsches, I've always said, are all about the details. You know, so if you bring all the details together, it creates an awesome car. And to not have downcycling, to not have ceramics, it's probably going to be even rarer for the GT4RS. You know, like when you look at previous models, you kind of respect that people went 1806 and things like that as well. You know, like there's something cool about something that's different.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thanks to the owner, Fixed Fast on Instagram, if you want to check it out. Team, you've got a terrible day if you're driving around in this today, right?
Sadly, I'm not driving at home, or am I? Maybe. Thumbs up. Hey, thumbs up. Come on, let's go. Yeah. But absolute privilege to drive this car. So, you know, it's. I mean, I've worked for Porsche for 6.5 years. Love the brand, always have. So it's not so life, you know, when you're working with cars like this. It really is something special.
Exactly that. Well, yeah, thanks to the owner, thanks to the team from Porsche Centre Colchester for supporting Porsche's Bike a lot today and bringing along this absolute gem. And yeah, hashtag good hidden, fingers crossed there.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Yeah, we'll let you start. I'll take the note from you. Cheers. Real privilege series. So, ladies and gentlemen, team from Porsche Centre Colchester, the GT3RS, and the owner as well of the car, we really appreciate us all being able to work with this today. I think the best way to describe these cars, Andrew's pointing at said himself, these GT cars are 10,000 parts working harmoniously together, and I think we really understand the meaning of that when we see that drive off there. Yes, now we should bring on what's definitely going to be the loudest car of the day. There we go. It's a bit loud. It's very neighbourhood friendly, this one. Finley, also from Porsche Colchester with the Taycan. Oh, Cambridge, the big one. Talking the Jardine group, that's the one. Excellent. Okay, so could you talk us through this lively motor?
75 years of Porsche, and basically these are the cars that are celebrated. If you see one, give us a wave. We're going to be using them as, you know, runabouts here, there, everywhere. We've all got a car that's in this crazy livery. Driven by Dreams, it's the motto for this year, for 75 years. And it's all just to celebrate really the life of Porsche, you know. 80% of Porsches that have ever been built are still on the roads. So we need to celebrate.
Fantastic. I don't know where to start with this. Should I put the end to this?
No, I can't.
It is absolutely massive, isn't it? So is this a wrap or is it painted? Or I assume it's a wrap.
This is all wrapped.
Yeah.
This is all wrapped, done in-house. But yeah, just as bright and as bold to create as much as attention as possible, really. Just to really show off how long we've been around and how powerful we are in the industry of cars.
Yeah. What's the appetite like then with like people buying Taycans? Is there a typical Taycan buyer someone that already owns a Porsche sports car, or someone that's coming into the brand for the first time, or
All sorts. It really varies, and I think that's such a cool thing when it comes to Porsche as a brand completely. You know, you've got really young people, you've got older people, across a span of so many different awesome cars. But when it comes to Taycan, it's a lot about, you know, usability, but still finding that passion behind driving a car. Because obviously this is the way it's going. By 2030, 80% of Porsches are going to be electric, whether we like it or not. So the audience is bored. completely broad, and they like to make the Taycan feel like a car, really, because what they're trying to achieve here is lots of electric cars. Essentially.
With that down, actually, having given a couple of these, I think what appeals to me is obviously there's no classics that a lot of us are used to as Porsche fanatics, but the driving position on this is very similar to the 992 in the car that we just had in.
Really similar.
You're very low down, you're on the floor in this, you're not on top of the steering wheel, it's in front of you. Kind of, it feels like a Porsche, so that
Feels
kind
like
of
a proper
crucial
car.
part of Porsche DNA is definitely there.
We get that a lot.
The spot counts, that's what my PT says, so I've not had for about 3 years. So, yeah, look, fantastic, absolutely fantastic, Finley. So, I assume this is going to be on the road and going to some events for this summer? Or?
Anything and everything. All of the Porsche centres, especially with driving, have got one. Cambridge are going to be having a 911 in a patchwork, it looks kind of like Elmer the Elephant. We're going to be having that, and yeah, they'll go to all of our events, you know, just create as much loudness as possible. Really.
Yeah. In colour, if not exhaust mode.
Exactly.
Fantastic. It's an important part of the company. Yeah, look, we really appreciate you bringing us along to Porsche by the Lake. I'll take the mic off you. This is the time I would say we're
quick break to try and resolve it before you get on some other stuff.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it might be interesting to do that, actually, yeah. So some of these electric cars, as you may or may not know, they do make a sound, which is as much for pedestrian safety and to actually hear a car coming, as much as it is to please the driver and all occupants. So yeah, thanks to Finley and Porsche Centre Cambridge, as I say, for bringing the Taycan along and support the Porsches by the Lake. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Okay. Oh, look at this, the show. I'll go for this, look at that. Is that Absolutely. That's a Scottish accent as well. Fantastic. There we go, good say. Introduce yourself to the audience, please, don't mind.
Yeah, I'm Matt, and I'm a 996 fanatic.
Lovely, lovely. Evangelists Unite.
That's it.
So did you say you're Mark or Mark?
Matt.
Matt,
Yeah.
okay, neither. Option C. Grand Matt, thank you. Have you driven down from Scotland to here?
Yeah.
That is absolutely fantastic. I think that deserves a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Andy and I thought we couldn't have shift coming out from Bournemouth today, but that's a pretty
I did stay here last night.
Oh,
though.
did you?
Yeah.
Oh, take the applause back. This looks absolutely sensational. Oslo Blue, I think, is a stunning colour, particularly at the moment. I think it's getting a lot of attention. How good does it look in the 996?
I think it suits the coat really well. It's not the original colour. The original colour was silver. And when I was painting it, I just didn't know what colour to do it. And many think that 209 Ruby Stone was one. But yeah, the set is on my bag points and seems to be pretty cool.
Oh, that is honestly absolutely stunning. So when was it painted?
A couple of years ago.
Okay, absolutely awesome. It's wearing its miles well, I would say. Straight paint. What's the legend?
Oh, cool.
Absolute legend. That's fantastic.
It helps having a bloody shop.
Oh, definitely. That's absolutely ideal. You can name your shop, don't be shy.
It's a cross-out motor. Been modifying cars for 25 years. And we got the Porsches now. It's good fun.
That's absolutely awesome. So, why GT2 then?
I've always loved this particular car. This particular car I first seen about 20 odd years ago, and it's a bit of an infamous GT2. It's the actual Gumball GT2.
Right, okay.
So
Yeah.
this is the car. If you put Gumball GT2 into YouTube, it'll bring up this car doing 200 mile an hour up the hard shoulder things in America. So I was always blown away with that story in the car and stuff like that. Always loved it. Tracked it down. I'll be gone for it.
Absolutely incredible. So, did you change the colour because you just didn't like the silver, or
Colours back there were so gone, weren't they? You know, silver, black, midnight blue, that was about the choices. The odd red one, the odd yellow one. But yeah, I always liked to change them.
Yeah, right, okay, absolutely awesome. So, I mean, this must be looking at the wheels, the Gen 1 GT2.
It's actually a very early one. This car actually didn't come with ceramic from the factory either. It did have yellow calipers from steel brakes. The only one I've ever seen.
Yeah, agreed.
No black box, that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's ceramic.
Yeah, they were ceramics. This was the first car where ceramics came as standard.
Apart from this one.
Apart from this, yeah, exactly that. Yeah, so what's on there at the moment?
That's what I'll contact this time.
Right, okay.
I'll contact yeah.
Yeah. So how do you find this thing to drive? Because back in the day, the 930 Turbo was known as the Widowmaker. You know, cars going through bushes, backwards and all the rest of it because it's high power, rear-wheel drive, no traction control. And then this GT2, when it came along, kind of reputationally took that mantra on. Is it as scary to drive, do you think?
It's always a boss of you. You know, you've got to be careful with it. Obviously, there's no traction control. It's even in standard form, it's, you know, I reckon this has been modified, got an extra 200 horsepower in standard. So,
why not?
Yeah, it will settle about you if you're careless with it. It's a great car to drive. Once it's set up properly, it took me, you know, a few years, after 10 years, it took me a few years to get the handling right. And once it's set up, it's remarkable. You know, I've been around angles and pouring wet and that, and people can't understand how it can be done, but it is possible to do that.
Yeah, these are serious. I think they're really underrated. I do certainly think they're undervalued. It's an acquired taste, isn't it? Twin turbocharged, rear-wheel drive, you know, lack of traction control. It's certainly an event to drive. It takes a certain kind of person to be able to drive it, so I've got huge respect to you for driving all that car. It's just absolutely incredible. I'd love to hear it start up if you'd be so kind, mate. And again, like, thank you so much for coming all this way to show us the Oslo Blue 996 GT2. It happens to the best of us, I did earlier. Matt, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, please give Matt a round of applause. That's spot on. Cheers, Matt, thank you. And again, as I said, this is tough move. It's one of these rapid committed, so really it's great. Also, please, don't you?
It does. Amazing.
Low power, okay. Go low power mode. We'll go for...
Yeah.
Maz, how are you? Jump back on. Alright, who's that in there? Is that Max? You're meant to be up here since 12 o'clock. Unbelievable. Maz, jump out from behind and say hello. Maz from Garage Therapy, so you're on our podcast. I am. Monday it's dropping, isn't it, Andy?
It is.
Yeah. Andy, the expert extraordinaire. So we're going to hear all about Maz and Garage Therapy and your Porsche story on Monday. But for now, could you introduce the car first of all and how you've had it?
Yeah, so I've had it since October last year. It's a 991.1 Turbo S in rhodium silver.
Rhodium silver, it's a lovely colour, I think, really nice. Again, we were talking about this on the podcast, which we'll hear on Monday. I just think it's one of the best silvers personally. I think it changes colour in different lights quite a lot. Sometimes you get a nice bit of blue in there.
Yeah, this might sound a bit controversial, but I'm growing to like it a bit more than GT silver. You get 4 different shades of GT silver. Some people might not know that. So depending on the shade of GT silver you can allocate it, depends on that was rhodium silver on a really sunny day. It will look a bit more blue. On a dark day, it will look a bit more crayony. And on some days, it looks like a normal silver car.
So why Turbo S then, Maz?
Because it's all year round supercar. It does everything very well. When you want it to be nice and sedate, it can be, and when you want it to be an A and B road car, it can be, and if you want it to be a track car, it can be that also. And living on the outskirts of London, it suits me perfectly, because I don't have to worry about the speed bumps and the potholes as much as what you would in a GT car.
I think for those that don't know, a 911 Turbo S is basically a 911 that we do actually everything and do it really well. So 560 horsepower standard?
Yeah, 560 horsepower, 560 pounds of torque, 552 pounds of torque, and some sweet gas mode.
Right, yes, of course. And then obviously factored in with all that power and torque, you've got 4-wheel drive, PDK, a load of
rear wheel steer.
Rear wheel steer, of course, active aerodynamics, Porsche ceramic brakes. They kind of chuck everything into this car.
Yes.
And really, with other cars when you walk into Porsche, you then kind of spec the car up for certain options. With these, because everything's kind of already on it already, it just comes down to how you like to personalise the car to your own taste. That's the Turbo S. It's like the indomitable 911, really.
Yes, it's all 911 to all people, effectively.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that. I like that. Yeah, amazing, absolutely amazing. You've just been to Wales in it, you were saying, including the track day at Landau.
Yes, so drove it to Landau. The following day we arrived in Wales, arrived there at 9 o'clock in the morning, on the track at 10 o'clock. I must have done 50, 60.
We'll slide it onto the red carpet if that's okay. Is it on? Whee!
What we actually needed to do was press the on switch.
Cracking. Right, so yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for having a listen and listen to everybody's Porsche stories. We've all got stories to tell. If you would like to tell yours, please join the queue because we genuinely like to hear from you and to share it with everybody else here. We'll be back in 10 minutes. In the meantime, please do enjoy Matt Pickering's stunning 914 art car, and he'll tell us all about it very shortly. Thank you very much. But we're there now, so we'll do it again this afternoon, if you're cool with that.
Yeah, M was mute. That was off and standby.